Hello students, I am Omkar Deshpande, lecturer. Welcome you back for the business study classes. We have started with the second topic, forms of business organization. In the previous class, we have covered various forms of business organizations. In that, first one was sole proprietorship, meaning, definition, features, merits and demerits, which we have covered it. And second one was joint Hindu family business, meaning, definition, features, merits and limitations, which we have covered it. And the third one about partnership. In the previous class, meaning, definition, features is being covered. In today's class, we are going to cover merits and limitations of partnership. So before we start, let's understand partnership, definition of partnership. A 2 marks question in examination you may expect on this. Define partnership. You need to write a definition. So the Partnership Act 1932 defines partnership as relation between persons who have agreed to share the profit of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. If you see the partnership business, the definition itself says it is a relation between the persons. Persons mean they are like a partners who has agreed to share the profit of the business. Whatever profit and as well as losses will happen, they are going to share both the partners will share, the person will share it. Agreed on by all. What? Before that they have agreed to share it, whatever profits and losses are there, or any of them acting for all. Sometimes it so happen one person will act like an active partner, another one he will just give the support for him. So like this also they can conduct the business activity. This is what the definition says about partnership. Next we look at merits of partnership. If you see the merits of partnership, in that first one, easy of formation and closure. A partnership firm can be formed easily by putting an agreement between the prospective partners into the place whereby they agree to carry out businesses of a firm and share the risk. There is no compulsion with respect to registration of the firm. Closure of the firm too is when easy task. Now if you see the partnership business, it can be formed easily. There is no special provision is there where they need required. By easy, a partnership firm can be easily formed with an agreement between the partners. But even registration of a partnership firm is not compulsory. The course of the firm it is easy to start also and it is easy to close also. Even though in the business they want to close it, easily they can close it out. There's no much complication, there's no much act will come into the middle. Okay, so it is very easiest way to start a business and also the close the business. The second one is about balanced decision making. If you see the balanced decision making, the partners can oversee different functions accordingly to the arises of an expert, because an individual is not forced to handle different activities. This not only reduces the burden of work but also leads to fewer errors in judgment. As a consequence, decisions are likely to be more balanced. When it comes to the partnership business, see, it is been frequently says 2 heads are better than 1. In partnership, partners discuss the business problems and take balanced decision in respect of businesses. When it comes to the partnership business, one may be expert in technology, another one may be good in accountancy, finance and the management. So like that, both togetherly they can discuss towards their best expertise, they can apply it and they can take a good amount of decision. Both togetherly they can discuss and they can take a good decision, and that good decision may help them to lead a business. They can earn the good amount of maximum sales can take place, profit growth, expansion, all can take place with the help of their decision. So that is the one advantage when it comes to the merits, when it comes to the partnership, where they can balanced decision making can be done. Now let's look at the third point, that is more funds. When two people come together and they start contributing, it definitely funds will become a more. If a particular only single person is there, if you see the sole trader proprietor business, only single person he invests the funds. But when it comes to the partnership firm, when two people come together and they invest it, funds will become a more. So in a partnership, the capital is contributed by a number of partners. This makes it possible to raise large amount of fund as compared to the sole proprietors and undertaking additional operation when needed. So when it comes to the partnership firm, a partnership firm can collect more fund as capital is contributed by a number of partners. It may be used to undertake additional operation. So more funds can be collected. With the help of that, they can conduct the business activity, they can collect large number of resources. So this can be taking place when it comes to the partnership firm. Let's see the fourth point, sharing of risk. When it comes to the sharing of risk part, here two partners are there. That means risk. Now what is risk? Risk means uncertainty of getting losses. Now when it comes to the risk factor, if only one persons are there, like how we see in the sole proprietorship, entire risk will be borne by the single person. But when it comes to the partnership, they can share the risk between two partners, or how many partners are there, among them they can share the risk. With the help of this, what happens, for each partner the burden of risk will be minimized. Okay, the risk involved in running a partnership firm are shared by the partners. This reduces the anxiety, burden and stress on a individual persons. Now if you see the stress level, so if you see the risk factor, the risk involved in running the partnership business are shared by all the partners. This reduces the burden and stress of individual persons. So this will definitely help for a partnership business. Why? Because risk is one of the matters where that is the reason why people are afraid to conduct the business activity. But here that particular risk only can be shared among all the partners. This is what about sharing of risk. Let's look at the next point, that is secrecy. If you see the secrecy part, a partnership firm need not publish its accounts. A partnership, as it's a partnership business, every partner will be knowing about the account, so they will not disclose it to the outsiders public. Hence it can be maintained its business secrecy. Here the secrecy of the business can be easily maintained. Why? Because as all partners, they know about the business activity, their performance of the business, so that's what they will maintain the secrecy here. They not disclose outside. If they disclose outside, what will happen? Definitely it is going to impact their only business and their profit will start reducing it also. That is the reason what happened, the secrecy of business will not be disclosed outside. That secrecy part which will be maintained when it comes to the partnership business. Now let's look at the limitations of partnership. Limitations means it's a disadvantages. Even though a partnership firm has advantages, but unfortunately even it has come across some kind of a limitation, that is disadvantages. Let's look at the first point, that is unlimited liability. The partners are liable to repay the debt even after their personal resources in case of business assets are not sufficient to meet its debts. The liability of the partners in both joint and several, which may prove to be a drawback for those partners who have greater personal wealth. If you see the liability part, the liability of the partners of a firm is unlimited. The discourage many people from becoming the partners of the firm. So because this is one thing what it is there when it comes to liability matters, for all the partners the liability will become unlimited. Suppose the business debts are more. If business assets have become very short to pay out the debts, that time as a partner, from his personal wealth, from his personal asset, he has to sell it and he has to repay back the business debt. That is the reason what happens, they face a problem of unlimited liability when it comes to the partnership firm. Let's look at the second one, limited resources. When it comes to the resources, there is a restriction on the number of partners and hence contribution in terms of capital investment is usually not sufficient to support large scale businesses operation. As a result, partnership firm face problem in expansion beyond a certain size. If you see the partnership business, they've come across one limitation, that is limited resources. The capital that are collected from limited numbers of partners is limited. From very less number of partners, they collect the limited liability. Due to this, what's happened? Due to this, or as a result, what happened? Partnership firm face a problem in expansion of the business. The capital contribution will become a very minimum, and partners are also minimum. Limited partners will be there according to that condition. So that's what about it become very difficult for them to collect a large fund, and that will create a problem to expand the large scale business. It become difficult to expand the large scale business. This is what about the limited resources when it comes to the limitations of the partnership. Let's see the third point, possibility of conflict. When it comes to the conflict, here multiple people will be acting as a partner. Many people will be there who are acting as a partner. They will be having different opinion. They come across from different background, they come across from different culture, they come across from different places. So that is the reason what happened, that taking one decision during that time they may face a problem. Why? Because there may conflict, misunderstanding may arise due to difference of opinion among all the partners, because all are expert in their own field, but sometimes they may not agree to certain point, which may lead to misunderstanding, which may create a problem in decision making, that may lead to conflict. So when it comes to the partnership is run by the group of persons, wherein decision making authority is shared. So difference in opinion or some issues may lead to dispute between partners. If you see the conflict part, in a partnership firm, they face this problem. Why? Because sometimes what happens, difference in opinion on some issues may lead to dispute between partners. This disturbs the smooth working of the businesses. Misunderstanding, conflict may arise when it comes to difference of opinion. This is what about third point. Let's look at the fourth point, lack of continuity. If you see the lack of continuity, partnership comes to an end with a death. Suppose if a particular partner's death has taken place, then partnership business may comes to an end. Retirement, that time also it may come to an end. Insolvency of any partner, that time also it can come to end, but it may result in lack of continuity. The business cannot be run for a long period of time. Why? Because of these are the reasons. But however, the remaining partners can enter into the fresh agreement and continue to run the businesses, even though there is existing partners are there. If they retired, death or insolvency, something taken place, but the business, if they want to continue, they have to go with a fresh agreement with the new partners. Fresh agreement can be conducted. With the help of that, they can start a business, but existing business, it will come to an end due to all these reasons. So that is the reason what happened when it comes to the partnership business. It will be lead to lack of continuity. The business is not run for a long period of time. This is one of the limitations of partnership. Now let's look at the fifth point. Lack of public confidence. If you see the lack of public confidence, owing to the absence of strict government control. When it comes to the partnership business, there is no strict government control on it. Due to this, what happened, lack of publicity of its accounts. Its accounts are not disclosed in the public. Whatever accounts are there, it is been known by the only partners. That is the reason what happened ki lot of lack of public confidence is there when it comes to the partnership business. A partnership firm cannot enjoy the public confidence. Public are not much confident on this business. Why? Because their accounts are not disclosed. Whatever their secrecy are there, everything will be maintained within the business. So due to this, what happens, sometimes public may not accept them. Why? Because of the accounts are not published. So generally people, they may not trust when it comes to the partnership business. This is what about the limitations of partnership business or a partnership firm. Thank you.